Hello! This month, I will become a painter extraordinaire. I know I said I wasn't doing more of this series and I probably won't do all the aspirations, but I did really enjoy making the first video and I wanted to continue, even if it wasn't all in order. So I'm skipping ahead to painter extraordinaire because guess what? Today is July 1st. That's the first day of Artfight. This is the perfect opportunity to draw a bunch of stuff. Now, I will say, I plan on doing animation memes for this Artfight, at least in the beginning. So while some people might say it's not painting, I would say that it's still art. Digital art can be painting, and animations are just a sequence of paintings. So anyways, I'm excited to get started. I'll explain how I plan to achieve each requirement as I do them. Now, I just need to wait until Artfight starts in a few hours. I'm so excited! Okay, so for this first stage, Ill at Easel, I will paint for 5 hours with 3 of my paintings already decided on before I start the art making process. Thankfully, I have 3 such paintings planned for my first day of Artfight. Keep Up, Rolling Girl, and Don't Fear the Reaper. Now I will show these people now. Alright, so as you can see, Artfight is about to start in 5 minutes. So let's go over which characters I'm going to be attacking first. So first up is the character I'm using for a Don't Fear the Reaper animation named Shimmer Tail by Kiwi the Bird. Yeah, so then here's the next one for Rolling Girl. It's Soliloquy by Lady Callow. And then the ones I'm using for Keep Up, which needs 6 characters, 3 sets of 2. So first we have Charlotte by Demi Withers, and by the same person we have Wither. And then by Squirrel Star we have Basil and Geode. And then by Shaky Bird we have Beetletooth and Houndstrike. So once those 5 minutes are up, I am going to begin. Okay, so if you want to see the full things, they will be linked in the description. I won't play them here because of copyright, but they're posted on my main channel, Puddlecat. Now, was that 5 hours? No, that was 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I'm going to keep drawing, and I will return for the next stage once I'm done. Okay, I'm back. It's been a bit. I ended up drawing a lot more than just however much I needed to draw. But I'm coming back to this now so we can continue with the aspiration. So for the second stage, Find Artist, I need to get level 4 painting skill. Let's look up what that means. I looked it up. Okay, so at level 2, I can discuss color theory. At level 3, I can create pop art and draw from reference. And then, here we go, at level 4, I can create low skill realism and abstract paintings and medium skill classic paintings. I guess that means in order to prove I can do this stuff, I need to make a realistic painting, an abstract painting, and a classic painting. Skill not required. I think I'm gonna combine the realistic and abstract ones into a realistic character with an abstract background. And the classic one can just be a normal animation meme. So, let's get into who I'm going to be attacking. Okay, so for the realistic character with the abstract background, I'm going to be doing Eugene here. So let's get into the drawing. Alright, so for this next one, we're going to be attacking Zoe along with Dr. Baneberry and Pepper. These three go together, so, well, I should say we're going to be attacking Among Us, but these are the characters that we're going to be drawing. Well, now that's done, I need to sell 3 paintings to collectors or an art gallery. Here's an issue though. I can't exactly sell the art that I'm making on Artfight. However, there is such a thing as an art trade, so I'm going to use the term sell loosely and accept art as payment. That means I need to draw revenges for 3 attacks against myself. So this is the first attack that I'm going to be doing a revenge for, and I'm going to be doing a revenge on this character here. This is the second attack, and their character is this one. And then here is the third attack, and this is the character. So, finally for this stage, I need to complete 3 emotional paintings. I'll pick the emotions angry, sad, and happy. Let's get animating. Okay, so for our angry animation, we're going to be doing Bu here and Felix. So, yes. So, next for our sad animation meme, we're going to be drawing Veli. So, let's get into it. finally, for the happy animation meme, we're going to be doing Aqua here. And that's that. We have finished the second stage. Stage 3 is called Brushing with Greatness. I have to achieve level 6 painting skill, view or admire 3 paintings at a museum, and complete 10 excellent paintings. Hello. No, no. Oh, never mind. You don't get to see her. Anyways, so for the third stage, Brushing with Greatness, I need to achieve level 6 painting skill. Let's look at what that entails. So, can create high skill classic paintings and medium skill abstract and realism paintings. Well, that's very similar to what I did on the last stage. Can we say I've already done this? Yeah, I'm going to say that one. I've already done that one, so. But don't worry, I still have a lot more art to complete in this challenge. Next up, I need to view or admire 3 paintings at a museum. So I'm guessing I'm going to a museum then. Alright, so I'm back from my museum visit and I got a souvenir. Anyways, this was very expensive. I did not think it would be. But anyways, I looked at several things at the museum. I was there for like an hour and a half. I think we can check this one off the list. Now that that's done, I need to complete 10 excellent paintings. Well, I've already done more than 10 paintings so far, but I can do 10 more. I have an idea where I put 10 characters into one animation meme. The theme will be magical girls. So I'll show you which ones I'm doing now. Alright, so it's time to show off the characters that I'm going to be drawing for the magical girl animation meme that I'm going to do. So as you can see here, I've got a whole folder full of magical girl characters that I've collected. So you can see the character and the name of the person who owns the character. And I'll just go into each of these so you can look at the characters as well. This one is Bun. This one is Popsicle. This one is Naomi. And then we have Yongi. Then we have Jay. Then we have Kanuka. And then there's Carmen. Then Juniper. Morning Dew, or Nikai Misaki. And finally, Posy Bear. Here. So you can see all these beautiful characters, and now we get to see the time lapse of my drawings of them. So, I'm done. Well, with that stage at least. Now I need to do the final stage. For the final stage, Painter Extraordinaire itself, I need to achieve level 10 painting skill. Let's look at that. Well, I can draw all the types of art, of course, but for level 10 in particular, I need to be able to mentor other Sims in painting. Well, I can't mentor Sims, but I can mentor humans. And hey, you're a human. Let me mentor you. Let's go through another animation, but this time I'll walk you through the whole process. So, first thing you want to do with making an animation meme is to pick which animation meme you're going to be making. So I picked one. It's the For the Last Time animation meme. And then you need to pick which characters you're using. And so I have selected these guys here, these characters. And then you just gotta like start drawing them. Well, the way I do it is I do little sketches for the whole thing before I actually fully draw it. Usually. Sometimes I will do the sketch and then draw it and then do the next sketch and then draw it, but for something like this, I think I'd want to sketch out the whole thing first. So, yeah. Let's take a look at this one. So, these guys come in. So I'll mute that for a second. These guys come in, they're talking. So when I make animation memes, I don't usually do lip sync because that takes a while, but you can absolutely do that if you want to. But yeah, these guys are just like lying on the ground, and this is what you do if you want to like have it look the same. You know, like you want to copy the positions they're in. And for this meme specifically, like in every version, they always are in the same position. They always are like lying down. One is in one direction, one is in the other direction. But for certain other ones, you can probably design like how you want them to be standing and such yourself. So yeah. And then what happens later on is there's like a second version and then a third version. Although the third version is kind of just the second version, but like a different angle. But the way I've seen this done sometimes is the second version will be like the first one, but without one of them. Yeah. So like in the first one, they're happy. And then in the second one, they're sad. But I want it to fit the story of our characters here. So these are the Cult of the Lamb characters. Well, this person's versions of them, of course. And looks like we don't have a description for that one, but for this one we have notes about certain things. There's notes about like how they look in different times. So after the boss fight, they have a tear in their ear. So we're gonna want to remember not to put the tear in their ear when we're drawing them before that, because I think what I'm gonna do is this one where they're happy is like before when they are like all happy or whatever, and then you know the story. It's where the lamb is like still hasn't finished the job yet, so they're kind of like on the same side still. But then afterwards, hold on, let me look at where the tear in the ear is. Where is it? It's there. We're going to put a tear in the ear. So this is going to be after the lamb has defeated Narinder. After Narinder is defeated, then we have a tear in the ear. But we don't want to say that Narinder is like dead or anything, because that's not what happened. But we do have it so that he has left the picture because he's probably like mad that he got defeated. And then maybe we can have like another scene where we have him standing here and he's all mad. And then the lamb is watching and is upset. Well, I'm probably not going to use these symbols. But then we can have a close-up of the face. And then a close-up of, not a close-up, but we're also showing the lamb's face. All right. I think that works. So the way it would be is first up, they are happy. Next up, lamb is sad. Then we see this, and then this, and then maybe one final shot. What should it be? Well, they get married, right? So, maybe the final shot is like them at their wedding. Wait, no. I'll do like a side shot of them. These are like very simple sketches, of course. Hold on. So there you need a chip in your ear. There you need a chip in your ear. And there you can't see it. Oops. So then we're on this one, and then we sort of like zoom out. So it doesn't show the full story, but you know, it's animation memes don't need to show like the entire history of everything. I think it could still be cool to have, or maybe I can like double the audio and have a second half to it. I'm making this really complicated for myself. Hold on. So it fades out, and then we can copy this one, but give the lamb the chip in the ear. Wait, hold on. So you have, the ring is on that hand. Pretend that's a ring. And where does the lamb have the ring? So if I had drawn them on the other sides, they could have been holding hands and you could see the rings like that. It's not too late for me to do that, actually. Hold on. It's not too late. And then this one goes there. Then we bring that up there and hold on, let's slightly redo this. So each of them can have their hand out, showing off the rings that they have. Okay, so there you have it. That is how I plan out an animation meme. Now I'm going to draw it. So you will now see a time lapse of the drawing. All right, so the art has been finished. Now what you need to do is you need to put it and into the editing software of your choice. Adobe After Effects is what works for me because you can like make the things move and stuff. But you also need to download the sound. Now I'm actually going to turn the sound off while I'm doing this tutorial thing, just because I don't want to get like copyright struck. I mean, I probably won't be, but anyways, I'm just going to put in the art. I'm going to put it together until it looks nice and then turn off the camera and fix it so that it matches the music. And then, well, I've told you now, you have to make it match the music. So this is me telling you in the tutorial, you have to make it match the music as well. But it's totally possible to put it together without the music first. So, let's just grab our little puzzle pieces here. Now, the first thing is right at the beginning here. So we have these guys, and they're happy. And then I'm gonna make them move and stuff afterwards. Hold on. This is sadness. That is a sad background. This is the crown. This background can go there. This can go there. I had to draw the crown separately just because I forgot to draw it the first time. So they're happy, and then sadness and the ears cut. And then our next scene is this one. Let's make it a bit longer. I'm probably definitely going to change the lengths of each of these things once I have the music on, but for now, we can just make sure everything's lined up. And if you're wondering why I split up each part, like the lamb, the cat, and the background, is because I want these pieces to be moving separately, probably, maybe. Sometimes I do this and then I don't end up making them move separately, but it's good practice to just have it be separate anyways. Yeah. Put that there. This goes there. Move this over here. Change that. I want to add in a layer of solid white for this first scene so that it's like the shadow appears after a moment, because I want to have them like sliding onto the screen and then the shadow appears, or I'll have it fade in actually. So let's see. There, the shadow appears. Cat disappears. Sadness. More sadness. More sadness. And they're happy again. Yay. Okay, and I made this one so much longer than the other ones for some reason. Let's change that for a bit. I don't know how exactly long these are going to end up being, but yep. So this, the crown, I'm going to have it follow the lamb. So we have the lamb's position and scale. By the time we're there, we want it to be normal. But if we make them a bit bigger and then slide them up, yeah, that's nice, but I do want to make that happen faster. Maybe not that fast. And also maybe off to the side so that they don't collide with Narinder when Narinder is doing the same thing. Yeah, let's have Narinder do the same thing. Position and scale. Become quite large. And move over there. And then finally, I'm going to have it so that the shadow underneath them fades in. So it is 0% opacity there. That's nice. Oops. And then for our second scene, I think we just want to have the characters like sliding a little bit, maybe away from each other. So you can slide that way. Yeah. And you can slide the other way. And for this one, maybe I don't want them to be moving because... Well, actually, I'll have Narinder move, but I like where the lamb is with the sun in the background. So I'm going to have them stay in the same spot. All right. Ooh, I said I wanted it to be zooming out on this one, which I still stand by. So as these guys shrink, I also want them to, as they move apart, I want them to shrink. So let's grab our scale. Let's make it smaller. move it to here. Okay. And now you. How much did you shrink? You shrunk to 75, so you're going to shrink to 75. And maybe we can have the background growing at the same time just to emphasize the size changing. So we can have it grow like that. And then here we are with the final one where we want to copy our animations from this one. So that we can do something similar. And you have to follow, wait, no. Okay, yeah. The crown is already attached on this one. And then we have this here. Which will appear sort of there. All right, let's look at the whole thing. Oh, gotta close these. All right, so now obviously I don't have the timing right because it did not fill up the entire thing, but I'm going to turn the music back on and finish this now. And when I post it on my other channel, if it doesn't get like some sort of copyright notification, then I will also put it after this clip. It will appear and you'll be able to watch it. If not, well, it's probably linked below, so you can just go watch it there. Have you learned anything? Yes, that's great. I hope to see many people following my example and pursuing art and animation. Comment below if you've made something inspired by this video, possibly. Next, the final thing I need to do is complete 5 masterpieces. Well, I've certainly done that already, but hey, we need a grand finale for the video, don't we? I just did 1 masterpiece with the walkthrough, but let's attack 4 more people right now. Just like with the magical girl meme, I'm going to combine people into 1. I'm going to do 1 meme with 3 people and 1 with 1 person. Alright, so the first animation meme that I'm going to be working on is Fruity, and so the characters I'm going to do are Princess by Rayness Styles, Fritz/Ethy by Olive Burb, and Fuwa by Silly Ivans. So, here goes the time lapse. Alright, so if you're ready, then I can tell you about the final animation meme we're doing. We're doing the animation meme It Girl And this is the character that we're attacking, Mouse by Cat Socks. And that's that. I'm so glad you stuck around to watch this whole video. Artfight is such a blast, and I'll be continuing to make animation memes and regular art for the rest of the month. But for this video, it's now official. I am a painter extraordinaire. I have completed the Sims 4 aspiration to the best of my ability. And comment below for what Sims 4 aspiration I should try to do next. And tell me things to do. Yes. Bye.